What's up, you guys? It's Ron here with your $2,000 fourth stimulus check update and third stimulus check update, plus the earliest timeline for the fourth stimulus package. We've got student loan debt cancellation and all sorts of different stimulus programs from state governments. We also have $15,600 in pandemic relief, also $600 stimulus, and $600 tax rebates to cover. Now, all of these are from different states, so find out later on if your state is one of them. And we also have our personal finance tidbit today on more side hustle ideas, so definitely stay tuned. But first, I want to say welcome back to all my subscribers. I really appreciate you guys. And for those who are brand new to the channel, my name's Ron. We cover all things personal finance, investing, how to generate multiple streams of income, and of course, stimulus check updates and stimulus package updates. So if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button and tap that notification bell. That way you know as soon as I release new videos and new content. But let's go ahead and jump right into this. So with most of you guys already receiving your third stimulus check, it's time to look forward to the next stimulus package, which is the Build Back Better plan, aka the fourth stimulus package. Now, there's a lot of infrastructure in this bill. You got highways, bridges, utilities, transportation, internet, that sort of thing. But now the question is, will there be a fourth stimulus check with it? We'll definitely answer that in just a little bit. But first, let's look at the unofficial timeline we have so far. All right, so July 4th through the 10th, House of Representatives approves the stimulus package. July 11th through the 17th, the Senate works on it and approves their version of the bill. July 18th through the 24th, the House of Representatives reapproves the Senate version and President Biden signs it. Now, I'm saying unofficially because we're basing this on House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's remarks to her fellow Democratic lawmakers in a conference call just last week. And according to a senior Democratic aide that asked to remain anonymous, Nancy Pelosi said that July 4th is the date that she would actually like to have an infrastructure bill approved. But of course, that deadline could slip to later in the month. Now, if they follow this timeline and include a fourth stimulus check along with it, then we could possibly see the stimulus check payments to start coming in on the week of July 25th. More specifically, July 25th through the 31st, the first batch of direct deposits could be going out. August 1st through the 7th, the first batch of paper checks, and August 8th through the 14th, the first batch of EIP or debit cards. Now, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves though, right? These dates that I'm giving you guys have not yet been confirmed. At the same time, I know it helps to at least, have a working timeline in mind. So with that being said, I'll keep updating this with each new development that comes our way. Well, be sure to subscribe to the channel and tap that notification bell so that you don't miss any new updates. All right, so President Biden is actually facing pressure right now to include a fourth stimulus check in the Build Back Better plan. More than 75 lawmakers have already gone on record to urge the administration to authorize the fourth direct stimulus check payment. And this includes members of both the House and the Senate that are calling for not just a one-time fourth stimulus check, but they're also calling for recurring stimulus checks. 56 House members, including Ilhan Omar and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, sent a letter to the White House asking for recurring stimulus check payments or recurring cash payments that continue until the economy fully recovers, with equal payments to adults and to dependents. Now, shortly after, 21 Democratic senators, including Elizabeth Warren, Bernie Sanders, they all sent President Biden a letter encouraging him to include recurring stimulus check payments in the Build Back Better package. Now, for starters, you've got Representatives Rashida Tlaib and Pramila Jayapal. They introduced the Automatic Boost Communities, or ABC Act, that would actually cut every American a $2,000 check, followed by monthly unconditional basic income payments of $1,000 for 1 year after the end of the pandemic. This is pretty much what they were referring to as the Universal Basic Income, or the UBI. Anyway, the Democrats also have quite a few means to be able to get this done, including actually going back to the third stimulus check package and editing, get this, editing the $1,400 stimulus check to actually become a $3,400 stimulus check. So what would that do? That would actually kick out a $2,000 stimulus check to everyone who received a $1,400 stimulus check. Now, this particular method was recently given the green light by Senate parliamentarian Elizabeth McDonough. Now, keep in mind, Elizabeth McDonough was the exact same Senate parliamentarian who rejected the $15 per hour minimum wage that many of the Democrats wanted to include in this stimulus check package. However, while the $15 per hour minimum wage was rejected, this ability to essentially edit the previous stimulus package and allow a $3,400 stimulus check to be revised into that package was actually approved by the Senate parliamentarian. So the big question is, what are we waiting for? Congress? Well, if you want to light a fire under your lawmakers, I highly recommend that you guys go online, find their hotline, find their phone number, give those people a call, and let them hear from you. And they'll definitely listen if enough of us speak up. Case in point, lawmakers heard us when we rattled their cages about the third stimulus checks for Social Security and for VA recipients. And look where we are now. Our comment section is flooding with positive news about people who are on Social Security and VA getting their stimulus checks already. And according to the IRS, VA beneficiaries can expect to see their money land on Wednesday, April 14th. Some of you on VA have already commented that your IRS Get My Payment tool was updated already this weekend. And that's all thanks to you guys. You guys spoke up and they listened. And on top of that, President Biden is also considering cancellation of as much as $50,000 per person in student loan debt. According to White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki,
Congress, and we've said many times from this podium that there is an ongoing review of what the options are that are possible under executive authority. There's also a policy review, as would be expected at the same time. We haven't ruled out options, but that review is ongoing and there isn't a conclusion of it.
Now, the review that she's talking about is President Biden asking Education Secretary Miguel Cardona to create a memo on the president's legal authority to forgive student loans. And Psaki also mentioned that President Biden was more than willing to cancel $10,000 in student debt first. And her exact words were, "I think that would naturally be the first step before it's a larger amount beyond there." The $50,000 amount is significant because it's what Senator Elizabeth Warren of Massachusetts campaigned on and what Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer has since endorsed. Now, according to Chuck Schumer, if it's okay legally to do a small amount, then it's okay legally to do a larger amount. Well, okay then, right? Let's see where this goes in our future videos, right? But we now have more stimulus coming your way, including cash payments to curb migration. $15,600 in pandemic relief. We've got $600 straight up stimulus and another $600 tax rebate. So guys, stay tuned for those and our personal finance tidbit on more side hustles. So definitely keep watching coming up in this video. Now, if you're a Nat Geo Wild or Discovery Channel fan, then you should definitely check out the Matter channel. They're our partner channel here on YouTube, and they're the best place for science and nature videos like evolution keeps turning animals into crabs and how did plants become meat-eating carnivores. It's kind of like the plants went on a keto diet in that video. And I gotta admit, I'm a science geek myself, so I definitely enjoy geeking out on Matter's latest videos, and I highly recommend them. So guys, definitely check them out. I'll drop a link to them in the pinned comment down below, but for now, let's jump right back into the stimulus check updates. Now, to help solve this growing US border crisis, the White House is now considering cash payments to curb migration. More specifically, the White House is actually mulling sending cash payments to certain Central American countries to help them battle domestic issues that are leading people to want to migrate to the US. Now, according to White House Southern Border Coordinator Roberta Jacobson, the one thing I can promise you is the US government isn't going to be handing out money or checks to people. We're looking at all of the productive options to address both the economic reasons people may be migrating as well as protection and security reasons. And just last month, Border Patrol agents picked up about 168,000 people trying to cross the southern border, breaking the record for the most encounters since March 2001. Now, closer to home, New York State will offer a one-time payment of up to $15,600 to nearly 300,000 undocumented workers that were hurt by the pandemic who couldn't access federal relief. Now, according to Deputy Director of the New York-based Fiscal Policy Institute, David Disregard-Collick, the $2.1 billion fund to aid excluded workers in this pandemic is urgently needed, thoroughly deserved, and will benefit not only workers and their families, but also the communities where they live. Now, this is just one part, 1% in fact, of the $212 billion 2022 budget deal. Now, other parts include $2.4 billion for a rent relief program and a $1 billion aid package for small businesses, arts, entertainment, and restaurants, among other provisions. Now, the idea of this first tier of the program is meant to pay what an undocumented worker would have received in federal unemployment benefits, while the second tier pays what those workers would have gotten from the 3 rounds of stimulus check payments. And their analysis also pointed out that the undocumented immigrants contribute to state revenues by paying sales tax and property taxes through rent, while their employers pay into the unemployment insurance program, even though the workers are not eligible to receive the benefits. I mean, looking at the whole picture in totality, I would definitely call this a win-win for New York State. We're definitely seeing the fruits of the state funding from the third stimulus package finally now, right? Now, the next one is from the state of California. The Golden State is sending out a total of 5.7 million payments to low-income Californians, with each one getting a $600 stimulus check. Now, you can qualify for this if you fall under one of the following conditions. Those who qualify for the state earned income tax credit on their 2020 tax returns, typically this includes those with annual incomes below $30,000 and some undocumented and mixed status families. Last year, 3.9 million people applied for the credit. Those with individual tax identification numbers, or ITINs, as opposed to Social Security numbers, who were excluded from receiving a first federal stimulus check of up to $1,200 or a second federal stimulus check of up to $600. The agreement provides the $600 stimulus check payments to households with ITINs and income below $75,000 per year. One of the other requirements could be, if you meet this, households enrolled in the CalWORKS Public Assistance Program, or recipients of SSI or SSP, or recipients of Cash Assistance Program for Immigrants, or CAPI. All right, now another one is from the state of New Mexico. The Land of Enchantment has just announced a $600 tax rebate for people who have an adjusted gross income of $31,200 or less, and for married couples who are filing jointly, those making $39,000 or less. Now, according to their Taxation and Revenue Department Secretary Stephanie Sherden-Clark, Taxation and Revenue Department employees have worked hard to get this much-needed tax relief out to families as quickly as possible. This is an important step in helping New Mexico recover, and they've confirmed that more than 110 rebates worth more than $66 million have been issued so far through direct deposits and mail, depending upon how you filed your 2020 tax return. Have you heard of a stimulus program in your state, your city, maybe even your county? Let us know in the comments. I would love to hear from you guys, and I would love to be able to share this information in our community on one of my future videos. So I'll definitely keep an eye out for more stimulus programs for you guys. I'm looking for state programs that are not being advertised. I'm looking for county and city level programs that are not being advertised. So you can definitely count on coming to this channel and finding out, the stimulus packages and stimulus check programs, food, utilities, and different local stimulus programs that are available for you guys as soon as it comes available. So be sure to subscribe and tap that notification bell. That way you don't miss out on any of this assistance. Cha-ching! It is now time for our personal finance tidbit on some more side hustles. And we're giving you more of this based on your comments asking for more. AT says, I enjoyed side hustle information. Priscilla Hatcher says, I like your input on possible side money. Makes you think. Everyone likes to make money using your own skills. Your input, very appreciated. And the last comment comes from Wheelan Hampton. She says, good morning and thanks in advance for all. You are the man with the side hustling. Appreciate it, Wheelan. Good to see you in the comments. And I'm glad you guys are getting it. It's a golden time to start a side hustle with all the different platforms that are available and companies looking for freelancers, contractors, and gig workers. And here's a very interesting one from college instructor Chris Howard. He made money by doing what he loved, which was teaching. His most popular online course, MBA in a Day, sells for $199 per download, and so far has been downloaded, get this, more than 370,000 times. And what's so great about it is all he had to do was record the course once and enjoy the steady stream of passive income every day thereafter. Over the years, Chris has added dozens of other courses covering subjects as varied as personal finance to the how-tos of making a career creating content on the internet. All told, he's made millions of dollars on the teaching platform Udemy. The Harvard Business Review registered 44 million US workers running a variety of side hustles ranging from driving for ride-sharing companies like Uber or Lyft to renting out their houses or selling handcrafts online. Very popular on Etsy. And that was in March of 2020. Now imagine how much bigger that is right now. And if you guys are still on the fence, think about all of the different benefits that you could be missing out on right now. The opportunities that you could only get if you put yourself out there. And perhaps, biggest of all, the additional source of income that you're passing up on. Now, Chris's Udemy success was not an overnight thing. He says so himself. He says, I failed a lot. I published a bunch of courses that haven't done that well. In fact, he's taken down about 15 courses because they weren't working. But he kept at it. With all of his trials and errors, he developed his current 35 course lineup. And he also made sure to fill in the gaps that people are looking for. And he credits the success of his entire MBA in one course in part to its gap analysis approach. That is, he thought about what MBA schools don't teach us or undergrad schools don't teach us. And that's why he recommends just go to my courses, go to the reviews, read the one-star reviews, of which there are many, and make better versions of those courses. Now, I hope you guys heard what I said. He's literally, I'm gonna reiterate what he said. He said, just go to my courses, read the reviews, read the one-star reviews, of which there are many, and make better versions of those courses. Basically, you're looking at whatever the customers are complaining about, and you create a product that addresses all of those complaints so that your product is instantly better. He just gave you guys the secret sauce. I hope you guys are paying attention right here. So that definitely hits the nail on the head when it comes to side hustles. If you're good at it, you enjoy it, and you can make money doing it, then why not, right? Look for what people are looking for and what others are not providing the best yet, or better yet, what people are not yet offering. That's where you come in. And the best thing about side hustles is that by definition, they can be done on the side. They're literally called side hustles for a reason, guys. And according to Harvard Business Review, side hustles allow workers to reap the benefits of independent work while retaining the stability of their traditional jobs. This way, they're avoiding the major downside of full reliance on gig work, which is the major uncertainty of it. They also empower you to shape your own work and the way you do it, not to mention the hours that you work. Just watch out for burnout or dropping the ball on your main day job. Nobody wants that. Like many things, balance is the key to that sweet, sweet side hustle payoff. You want some ideas? Here are a few ideas from our own community. Janice Leaphart says, my side hustle is starting a tutoring K-5 service, giving students more details with academic basics, which they are not getting in school. Cynthia Stembridge says, Ron, yes, people do side hustles to make a little. I make homemade fried pies. Yummy, awesome. Southern Red Sugar says, my side hustle will be candle making. And the Tesla Tie 500 show says, I have 3 side hustles, DoorDash, weed, and custom mask. I don't know if I can say that on here. Now, by weed, I'm pretty sure he means that he owns a lawn care service of some sort. Now, take a cue from our fellow community members and get started on your side hustle already. And according to Harvard Business Review, you should probably pick tasks that are different from your full-time work and pace your side hustle to avoid burnout, and make sure not to violate any company policies with your own work. And aside from that, just do a side hustle that you really enjoy. But I want to hear from you guys. Any other side hustles from the audience? Let me know down in the comments. You can also ask your side hustle questions here too. I'm really interested to know if you guys want us to keep going with the side hustles or shift the topics, you know, like maybe the REITs, the real estate investment trust, maybe index funds, stock tips, saving money, or building a business. Let's plan our content together so we can give you guys exactly what you're looking for. So anyway, guys, that is all for our 4th stimulus check and Social Security stimulus check update. We covered the earliest timeline for the 4th stimulus package. We covered the student loan debt cancellation and all sorts of different stimulus programs that are out there from state governments. And we also covered our personal finance tidbit today, which was more on side hustle ideas. So I hope you guys enjoyed all of it. And if you haven't already, go ahead and like this video. I put so much heart and soul into each and every one of these videos. And be sure to subscribe to the channel and tap that notification bell. That way you know as soon as new videos and updates come out. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care and be safe.